Having spent Christmas at Sandringham, King Charles III and his wife Queen Camilla will travel to Birkhall, their private estate in Scotland. The couple typically spends a large part of the festive season at their Aberdeenshire home and often ring in the new year north of the border. Last year, Charles and Camilla were spotted driving out of Aberdeen Airport, seemingly headed to their Scottish residence, a couple of days before New Year's Eve. Birkhall is a particularly sentimental home for the King and Queen consort. Charles proposed to Camilla at the home over the New Year in 2004, and the pair honeymooned there after their wedding in 2005. Tina Brown, author of The Palace Papers, noted the couple's long wait to tie the knot. In her book, which was published earlier this year, she wrote, "Charles proposed to Camilla at last over New Year's at Birkhall on bended knee. They had each spent Christmas with their families and Charles had briefed his mother, his sons and the rest of his family at Sandringham on what he planned to do." The biographer referenced a populous poll laid in 2004 which showed more members of the British public supported the notion of a Charles-Camilla marriage than opposed it, and even more said they didn't care, which was more helpful to Charles than it might seem, for it disarmed those who would raise fears of popular opposition to his remarrying. Queen Elizabeth II, who once allegedly referred to Camilla as "that wicked woman," softened to the idea of her son marrying his long-term girlfriend and agreed that a wedding was the only course of action that made sense for the working efficiency of the firm. Charles to break silence on Harry and Meghan in Christmas speech with no hidden messages. King Charles III will break Buckingham Palace's silence on Prince Harry and Meghan Markle during his first ever Christmas speech, royal sources have claimed. The royal household has remained tight-lipped on the couple since their Netflix docuseries came out. What could the king say in the speech? Find out more here. Charles chose Camilla's engagement ring from the Queen Mother's collection. It was an Art Deco heirloom featuring a 5-carat emerald-cut diamond in the center, wrote Ms. Brown, with 3 diamond baguettes on each side, more valuable than the engagement ring given to Diana. The couple chose Valentine's Day 2005 as the date to announce their engagement and Camilla's new title of HRH, the Duchess of Cornwall, bestowed by the Queen. However, they were forced to reveal their news 4 days later after the press got wind of their plans to marry. The civil ceremony took place 2 months later, on April 9, 2005, at the Guildhall, Windsor. It was followed by a martial blessing at St George's Chapel at Windsor Castle. Queen Elizabeth was not in attendance when her eldest son married the future Queen consort. Her absence was in part due to her role as the head of the Church of England, which means she must uphold the Church's values and discourage divorce. Prince Philip was also absent. Charles' sons, Prince William and Prince Harry, were there, as were Camilla's children Tom and Laura. The Queen and Duke of Edinburgh did later attend the reception and took official wedding portraits with the couple. That night, the newlyweds arrived in Scotland to start their honeymoon, 35 years after they first met. While their Aberdeenshire lodge, which previously belonged to his grandmother, is a far cry from the glitz and glamour of Charles' first honeymoon, a lavish cruise around the Mediterranean with Diana, Princess of Wales, it is arguably more suited to the then prince's taste. BBC documentary claims Palace senior source helped in Meghan's court case battle. Latest Queen can't stand Kate Middleton and Prince William's habit with royal children. Insight Princess Michael of Kent's mother worked for British spy who saved thousands of Jews. Analysis. At the Birkhall mansion, Charles and Camilla were able to engage in their shared love of country pursuits such as fishing and long walks. The pair reportedly went fishing in the River Mick, which flows at the bottom of Birkhall's sloping garden. Charles previously described the early 18th century home on the Royal Balmoral estate as a unique haven of coziness and character. "One of the reasons I think Charles and Camilla like it here is because it is normally quiet and they can get on with their lives," local butcher Barry Florence said at the time of their honeymoon. Since their honeymoon almost 18 years ago, the couple has returned to Birkhall on several occasions. It is where the royals isolated during the first coronavirus lockdown in 2020. But while they have often welcomed the start of a new year on the 53,000-acre estate, this year is expected to be slightly different. Charles and Camilla will reportedly travel to Scotland after New Year's Day, instead choosing to celebrate the start of 2023 in Norfolk, maintaining his late mother's decades-long tradition. Typically, the late Queen would stay at Sandringham until February 6, the anniversary of her father's death and her accession to the throne.